ridiculous!
Welcome to the Halo Combat Evolve walkthrough on Legendary difficulty for NextGenWalkthroughs.com. I'm Sword of ForumsExtreme.com, and this is part 3 of the Maw. So when you come through these passageways, there's going to be one grunt coming towards you. He's easy to take out. Once you get in this room, there's a couple plasma grenades here, and you can sit back and kind of watch the action as the Sentinels and the Covenant take on each other. You can pop out and stir the pot every so often and kind of move the action along. When you fire out these doorways, it inspires more enemies to come out. Now this glass has that same glitch where energy weapons won't pass through it, but your shotgun rounds and your pistol rounds will. You just have to watch out about being a little too close if an explosion goes off near the glass, obviously. And here's a health pack and a couple frag grenades. And you can see through here a little bit. Not that it's very useful. And now the flood's out. Now eventually the Flood is going to win this fight. Usually it's good to wait until they've taken out both hunters and at least one of the elites, and then from the second doorway you can shoot across the hallway into the doorway on the other side, and that'll make a good hold point. So until then you can kind of just keep stirring the pot. Now you can try and take them on earlier, but it's a lot harder. So this is really the easiest way to get through this part, and that's more or less what I've tried to show all the way through the walkthrough, is the easiest way for people to get through Legendary that maybe have never been through it before. So now you just back into this new hallway, and you can hold up here for as long as you need. When there's one elite left, he's easy to take out from over here. Now they're all gone already. Now the leftover Flood, if they're not looking at you, you don't even have to worry about them. You can just leave them. It only really matters if they're chasing you, because then they'll show up after you come out of the armory. Now right here you can see on the floor, arrows pointing to the armory and engineering. So I go to the armory first. I got one Flood coming up behind me. And in the armory I get rockets, and I load up on the shotgun. And what you have to watch out for is this is the only place you're going to see invisible Flood. And they come out of this doorway, so I like to take them out in case you want to come back. It's a good idea. Now you can come back here as much as you want until you get down to the last reactor. Turn right at the candy machines.
Engine room located. We're here. Alert! The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core.
Now normally I throw a grenade around this corner, but the first time through is really easy. After that, it gets more difficult.
You must surrender the construct, so that we may return to our appointed task.
There's lots of ways to do this, but this pattern is kind of in between what's the easiest and what's the quickest.
Good! Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic containment field surrounding the fusion cells. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room's entrance. Analyzing. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
Unacceptable, Reclaimer. You must surrender the construct.
So the quickest way is to jump back up to the 3rd level after you get the explosion, which I'm going to do at the end. But it can be kind of difficult because you can end up with sentinels in the air and flood on the 3rd level with no good cover. But that's not to say you can't do it. I've certainly done it.
If you require medical attention, your behavior necessitates repair and revision.
So spots like this, you just throw a grenade around the corner, it blows up all the flood, and you can get around the corner before they spawn again.
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go.
Are you perhaps ill?
So this is the last one. I just jump crouch back up onto the 3rd level.
That did it! The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. We don't have much time. We should move outside and signal for evac. Accessing schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the engine room. It leads to a Class 7 service corridor that runs along the ship's dorsal structure.
Surrender
Hurry!
the construct to me, or I will be forced to take you offline permanently.
They left a shield there laying on its side, so you could get up there if you wanted to. There's no real strategic advantage to doing that, it's just something you can do. So when the lift comes down, you just throw a grenade on either side and then a rocket in the middle. And usually there's only one left, and he's easy to take out with another rocket. And that's about it for part 3.